Hello boys and girls, happy Monday. Today is the first day of the week and we're going to read another story today. Just in case any of you were wondering about the Friday story, silly Grania uploaded it on Friday. It didn't work and I didn't realise until the weekend, so I only uploaded Friday's story at the weekend. So I'm very sorry about that if you were all looking for it. Today's story is Rapunzel. And here's the front cover. I'm sure you all know this story. I'm looking forward to it. Here goes. Once there was a man and a woman who lived in a lovely cottage. It was perfect except for one thing. Their neighbour was a powerful witch. One day the couple found out that they were going to have a baby. They set to work to get the nursery ready. The room had a view of the witch's splendid garden. One day, the woman saw the most delicious-looking lettuce growing in the witch's garden. It looked so fresh and green that she longed to eat it. Days passed and she could think of nothing else. She became pale and thin. Her husband cooked yummy meals, but the food tasted like ashes in her mouth. Look, she's not eating her dinner. She really wants to have the lettuce from the witch's garden. The man was worried his wife would die if she did not taste the lettuce. It seemed to have bewitched her. At twilight he clambered over the high wall into the witch's garden and grabbed a handful of the lettuce. That night they made a salad and his wife ate it all. It tasted so good that the next day she longed for it 3 times more as before. Look! My goodness. So the man returned to the witch's garden, but as soon as he grabbed the lettuce, a voice rang out. "How dare you steal from me?" The man stuttered that he had been afraid his wife would die if she could not eat the lettuce. The witch thought this over. "If your wife will die without it, you may take as much as you like. In return, you must give me your child when it is born. I will be the mother to your child." Oh, that's awful! That witch should not be allowed to take their child. No way! In his panic, the man agreed. Oh no, what a disaster! He returned to his wife and sadly told her of his promise. The couple were heartbroken, but they could think of no way out of the bargain. A few months later, their baby, a little baby girl, was born. The witch appeared at once and took the child away with her. Look, there the mammy and the daddy, and they're very sad. The witch has taken their baby girl. That's very sad. The witch named the baby Rapunzel. They lived in a magic tower deep in the forest. It had no stairs or door, only a single window at the very top. Rapunzel grew into a lovely girl with long, thick hair. As the years passed, it grew longer and longer. It grew so long that instead of using magic to get into the tower, the witch just called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." Rapunzel would hang her braid out of the window and the witch would climb up it. Isn't that cool? It's such a tall tower. I'd say that hurt Rapunzel though, having the witch climb up her hair. If someone was to pull on your hair, ouch, oh, that's very sore. That's not a nice thing for the witch to do. I don't think the witch was very kind. One day a prince was riding through the forest when he heard beautiful singing. He followed it and found the tower. When he saw the witch, the prince hid. He heard her call, saw the braid tumble down, and watched her climb up. The prince waited for the witch to leave, and then he did his best to copy the call. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." To his delight, the braid came tumbling out of the window, and up he climbed. She's going to have a friend. At first, Rapunzel was scared, but the prince was so kind that she quickly lost her fears. She told him of her lonely life in the tower. "I must escape," she told him. The prince agreed to come back the next evening with a rope so they could escape together. What a great plan. But when the witch returned, she spotted the flower that the prince had given to Rapunzel. She knew at once that somebody had been in the tower. She cut off Rapunzel's braid and cast a spell that sent Rapunzel to faraway mountains. When evening came, the witch heard the prince calling from the bottom of the tower. She let down the braid, and as the prince reached the window, she cast her spell. She's not one bit nice. The spell caught the prince in the eyes, blinding him. He let go of the braid and fell, landing in some bushes far below. Battered and bruised, the prince set off through the forest to find Rapunzel. Behind him, he heard a grumbling, creaking sound. The witch's anger had caused the tower to crack. It tumbled to the end, and that was the end of her. Look, the tower is gone and the witch is gone. One day, after many miles of walking, the prince heard a faint voice singing on the wind, and he followed it. He came to a little house set among the mountains. It was here that the singing was coming from. It was Rapunzel's voice the prince could hear. Her tears of joy at the sight of him fell on the prince's eyes, and he found he could see again. The pair set off together to the prince's castle. What a great ending to the story. Rapunzel's parents came to the wedding, and it was a day of great joy, and they all lived happily together ever after. Hooray! What a great story. I loved that one. I haven't read it in ages. Some of you probably have that book at home. You could take it out and you could read it. I wonder, did any of you get something in the post from me? I sent you a little present in the post, and I wonder, has it arrived yet? Let me know if it has arrived. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you tomorrow, boys and girls, for our next story.